47 weeks ago, I made a decision that changed my entire life. Not just my weight, but my walk. Not just my body, but my beliefs. Not just my appetite, but my identity. This is my honest update on GLP-1 medication. Not that people have like a dishonest one, but this is where I am, what I've learned, and how God has led me to move in wholeness and truth. Before we go deep, here's how to walk this journey with me. Get on the wait list for the free appetite exchange guide. It is linked below and it won't stay free for long. Watch the full series of The War on Gluttony if you are just now joining, and don't miss the newest part of the journey. Comfort is a cage, and it is already out now. This isn't just about medication. This is about yielding. When I took a dose of compound medication on August the 2nd, 2024, I wasn't desperate. I was done with cycles. I had helped so many women already restore their lives, divorced moms, brokenhearted women, women who didn't think that they were good enough. But I hadn't yet turned that mirror inward, not fully. I was still hiding behind productivity, still emotionally eating when I felt out of control, still believing I needed to do more in order to be worth more. The moment I said yes to this journey wasn't about me giving up. It was about me finally showing up for my body, for my future, and for my daughter who was watching. This wasn't just physical. It was spiritual. I didn't want to lead her into healing while still hiding from my own. This journey hasn't been about becoming someone new. It's been about leaving behind the version of me that God never meant me to carry, that God never designed. The old me. The old me used food for comfort, wore busy like a badge of honor, said, God, take this, but kept running back to snacks and to schedules. Romans 12:2 says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of our mind. And let me just tell you, GLP-1 medication didn't renew my mind. It just created enough space for me to listen and to yield, because willpower fades, but yielding, that's where God meets us. What version of you is God asking for you to leave behind? I got a DEXA scan a couple months back and I never shared it until now. It showed me some truths about where I am and ultimately helping me outline where I want to go, not just with my weight, but where my weight lives on my body. So let's break it down. My arms had higher fat than I expected, and that's where I have been and will continue to focus on for the month of July. Initially, I had started a video sharing my screen with y'all, but then it got too complicated. So here I am with my papers. Anybody else out there a paper girly? Is that just a millennial thing? I don't know. Overall, I had about 5 pounds of fat in my arm. Now, as far as my legs go, they are strong and muscular. I'm super proud of that. I want to keep building there. They have about 27 pounds of fat, but about 47 pounds of muscle. Hey, now let's talk about this core section. That is where the highest percentage of fat is. That is the root of my energy crashes and my insulin issues. And my trunk has the highest amount of fat, which is 29 pounds, and still doing relatively well with 61 pounds of muscle or lean mass. See, I'm not chasing skinny. I am chasing stamina, because my calling requires strength in every area of my life, with my kids, with my partner, with my purpose and my clients, with my family, friends, all the above. If you haven't already, I want you to go pause and grab the Appetite Exchange Guide waitlist. It helps you reconnect with your hormones, your hunger, and healing, spiritually and scientifically. And this Sunday, June 29th, I'm going live on YouTube for a raw Q&A. Of course, there's no replays for our live videos. If you're serious about breakthrough, you need to be in the room. Now, I will show you guys a picture of the outline of it, of the fat, the muscle, all the things here. Of course, we got the hips and thighs, and that's why I had to stop with the weight loss and the fat loss, because I like a little bit of fat. Maybe it keeps me, it's familiar to me, right? I did what is called a VO2 max, and the VO2 max really determines how well you breathe, how well your body functions. Basically, how well do you breathe in carbon dioxide and then you turn it into oxygen and breathe out. Either way, it's however well do you take in the air and breathe out the air. And let's just say mine was poor, okay? And so it just really gives me an area of opportunity when we go back, because the love of my life, we went to get these done together. And so really an area of opportunity. I'm in the poor category. And so we're working on that. It was basically like your metabolic summary, and it determines how well your metabolism is working, like how many calories you burn at rest and all that things. Mine determined that my metabolism is rated slow. And then they give you some ways to improve it. And of course, lifting weight, focusing on protein, those are the things that are going to help improve these numbers. And then as far as like the VO2 max, cardio intervals, really just getting better at my stamina overall, not necessarily cardio to like equal calories, but really focusing on strength, like training my cardiovascular system, like training to be able to pump more with less energy, like with less effort, to be stronger. So that is what I wanted to share as it relates to the DEXA scan. If you have any other questions that I didn't mention that you're interested about, let me know in the comments. I would love to just answer any questions that you have, but I really just wanted to share that as a update, because I'm no longer going to be and haven't been focused on the scale. And I really think getting the DEXA scan helped me kind of solidify that mindset. I am carrying so much more than just calories. Now, somewhere in the middle of all of this, with losing weight, using compound medication, healing spiritually, my relationship with food, with dealing with the reason why I went to food in the first place, somewhere in the middle of all that, love showed up. Okay. Not when I lost the weight, because I was still full into the whole process, but when I lost the belief that I had to earn love, because I remember very vividly that I thought somehow love was going to fix me. And now I know God already did all that. And I am just super grateful, because this love that I have is gentle. It doesn't demand me to have on a mask. It respects the healing that I fought for. Let me just say this. If you are waiting on love, stop performing and start preparing. Let God be your mirror, not your fear. And don't settle. Do not settle. Trust and believe that as you are preparing, God is preparing that person for you. Now, this whole process has become a spiritual battle. And that's why I launched the YouTube series, The War on Gluttony, because it isn't just about food. It is about what food is covering and what comfort is keeping you from. I will need to do a whole other update on my mental health, right? But when I stopped feeding my flesh and I started to feed my faith, when I had that space that the GLP-1 medication started to give me, God showed me I wasn't actually hungry. I was hurting. And now I just released a series called Comfort is a Cage. Because you can't walk in freedom while you're still sleeping in chains, I would encourage you to go watch that video after this one. The link will be below. So for July, here's what I'm going to be focused on. More leg days, more protein, and more time in the Word of God. Less noise, less numbing, and less pretending I have to fix it all. This body is not just a project, it is a vessel. And I'm going to be coming back on August the 1st with my 1-year GLP-1 medication update, a total of 52 weeks with real numbers, real lessons, real freedom. So if you are ready to be led by the Spirit and not by your cravings, again, go ahead and get on the wait list for the Appetite Exchange Guide. You can watch the Comfort is a Cage right after this video, and set your reminder to join the live Q&A on June 29th, because again, there is no replays. The healing is in the room. Last thing, there is a community poll tab, and that is going to help us shape the next season. I would encourage you to take it, no matter what your answer is. I'm Coach Kofia. I believe healing isn't just possible, but it is promised when you are fully yielded. Be wise, be well, be whole. I'll see you in the next one.